Hey guys, NV here, and in this video I want to show you how to create your first layer mask. To do this, we need to go ahead and load up a photo because that's what I want to practice on. I can practically use anything, but a photograph is the best way to go. So I want to load up this photo that we did the other day with the vignette. Click open, and here we go. In the layers panel, right here, I want to duplicate this layer. We could just click, drag, hold, and drag it down to the new layer icon right here, and just do that. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. Or we can hold Control and tap the J key on our keyboard. And we can double click Layer 1 text and name it Layer Mask. Whoops. Okay. And I want to put this layer mask layer in a folder. Okay. I'm going to hold the Alt key, Shift, and click on this folder icon at the bottom of the layer panel. And this will bring up our folders property here. And we're going to name it the same thing. Press Enter. And we're going to go ahead and leave it like it is. We're going to go ahead and add a gradient map to this as well, because I actually want to create this photo in a black and white. I could just simply go up to Image, Adjustments, and Desaturate, but I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. I will never, by the way, do that on the original layer. Never alter or modify the original layer of your project you're working on. That's a bad no-no. It's a bad practice. I will go into that a lot more detail later in the future. I'm going to go ahead and hide this layer mask folder right quick. And I'm going to add one more folder. I'm going to Alt click, hold the Alt key, and click on this folder one more time. And we're going to name it Gradient Map. Press Enter. And we're going to go down to the Fill and Adjustment icon right here and click on Gradient Map. Now, depending how you use the gradient map, it is a unique filter, I will admit. But if used properly, you can create some pretty amazing things with it. Pretty powerful. I'm going to go ahead and click on this gradient box right here. And on this far left side right here at the bottom, I want to click on that, the black color here. And I want to make this about 10, I'd say, just to darken it up a little bit. And I want to go to this white color swatch here, and I want to make it to about, say, 90. I won't go any further than that because it looks pretty bright. Just trying to make a nice contrast, okay? I'm going to click OK, and back in our layers panel, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this by clicking the arrow key right here beside the folder. And I want to go ahead and show the layer mask folder by checking on that. And selecting our layer mask layer, I'm going to go down to this layer, new layer mask icon right here. And keeping our layer selected, our mask, because you can go ahead and click on the photo and you can see which one you're currently on. We're going to keep it linked, by the way. I'm not going to go into that. That just locks the mask into this. Once we create a mask, it locks it into its photo, okay? To where it doesn't allow you to move the mask independently. And that's for another video. I'm going to tap the B key on the keyboard. And well, this is the brush that I showed you how to create the other day. I don't want to use that. So let's go to brushes. And I want to go to legacy brushes. I want to go to default. Click on the very first one to the left. If you do not see legacy brushes, by the way, you can go up to this little icon right up here. Click on that and select legacy brushes. Okay. So let's go back to our layers panel and make sure we have our layer mask selected. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, and I may adjust the brush a little bit. Let's say brush settings, and let's adjust this to 15. I want the spacing a little less. And if you hold the Alt key, right click and hold, you drag your brush to the left, it will decrease in size. Drag it to the right will increase, but I want to make it smaller, so I'm going to go a little bit less. About right there. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you a technique. Now, the way I learned about masking is the things you don't want to see, you use black, okay? Kind of like turning off the lights. So you would basically turn off the lights if you don't want to see it. And if you want to see something, you turn the lights on. So we can rotate these little box color swatches by tapping the X key on your keyboard, kind of flops them around. So we want to go with black because we don't want to see this color. So we're going to go ahead and paint on these flowers right here, ever so slightly. I'm not going to be perfect here. I'm only demonstrating the technique. So I'll try to be neat, but I'm probably not going to be doing very well because this is a time sensitive video. So I'm going to go in here and just basically remove all the color like so. And kind of create nothing but black and white flower uh, photo here. Just like so. And to make sure how we're doing on our mask, we can hold the Alt key, click on our mask layer right here, and this will reveal the mask itself. And this helps us clean up our mask, make sure we didn't miss anything. It's a very good practice to do. And if you want to see the photograph or the color of the photo itself while looking at the mask, you hold the Alt Shift key and click on that. Well, click on it a couple times. Because the first time we just took us out of the mask, and then we want to click it holding the Alt and Shift key. And this shows pretty much the red. All the red is the mask that we applied, and this helps us get a nice clean mask edged around the edges. Another thing you can do also, so let's Alt click on that, is hide the background layer, and this shows just the area we've masked. Okay, and this helps as well. Clean up have a good mask. It's a good trick for you. But I think we did pretty good. I'm going to tap the H key on the keyboard and zoom out for a moment. Looks pretty good. And here's a trick. If you, let's say you wanted just the flowers color and everything else black and white, you hold the Alt key, make sure you're on that mask layer, hold the Control key, sorry, not the Alt, the Control key, and tap the I key on the keyboard. This inverses the selection, our mask, and allows us to now flop the mask around. And I'll do that one more time. And if you look at this mask, it was white at one point. So see that? Now everything else is black and white and just color on the photograph, on the flowers. Again, you can see some color, but I wasn't trying to be perfect. I was only demonstrating this, but if we wanted to, oops, we could come in here and clean that up with no problem. Okay. Again, not trying to be perfect here. I'm just demonstrating technique, the basic idea of this. And it looks pretty amazing. You can do some amazing effects with the mask. If you're good in masking, you are on your way to some fantastic effects of photos and all kinds of things. But that's pretty much it. I like where it's at. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this little layer by clicking the arrow. And let's go ahead and save our project by going up to File and Save As, because we're going to save this in a different project file. Back out of here, go to Projects, and let's name it My First Layer Mask, and click Save and OK. And I also want to save this as an image as well. So we'll go to File, Save As, save on your computer, back out of here, Previews, and let's select and Save As type. Let's select JPEG because I'm only going to save it as JPEG for this demonstration. And I'm going to leave this like it is and click OK. And there you go. Now you have a good basic knowledge of how the layer masks work. And now you can see how it works in action and how it looks. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. And until next time, I will see you in another video.